Easy. Keep your chest on the car.
I am. What's this for? I told you my name.
You match a description.
Served 6 years in the Navy. Saved guys overseas. That mean anything?
Means you should know how to follow orders without mouthing off.
I mean, questioning you isn't mouthing off.
You're getting real close to aggressive right now. You want that charge?
Aggressive. I'm tired.
They shoved a black man face first onto his own car in a crowded parking lot and told him to stop acting brave. A cop sneered. A crowd stared. A phone went live. What nobody knew, what nobody could see, was that the quiet man with his hands spread on cold metal once led soldiers through fire overseas, and the whole country was about to learn his name in real time. What happened next would burn careers, flip power on its head, and leave one simple truth ringing long after the sirens stopped. Before we jump in, hit subscribe if you want real stories that make your chest feel tight and your mind wake up, and drop a comment telling us where you're watching from. This story belongs to all of us. Hands on the hood. Spread your fingers. Don't look at me. Officer Daniel Crowley's voice was sharp, thick with command, like a coach barking orders at a losing team. His body cam blinked red. The dusk sky over suburban Georgia bled purple and blue, lights buzzing on above the big box store that read Mega Mart in loud red letters. Marcus Reed did what he was told. He leaned forward, chest pressed to his own sedan, a dented gray four-door with peeling clear coat and a Navy sticker faded to almost nothing. The hood was cold. The metal bit through his thin jacket. His knee screamed, a deep ache that lived there now always since Fallujah, but he did not move. I'm complying, Marcus said. His voice was low, steady, tired. Crowley stepped closer anyway. Too close. His thick neck bulged above his collar. He smelled like coffee and chewing gum. Don't get cute, Crowley said. You match a description. Marcus closed his eyes for half a second. Around them, cars rolled past, slow and curious. A woman sat in her car nearby, phone up, live stream icon glowing. Her name was Alyssa Nguyen, and her hands shook as she filmed. Description of what? Marcus asked. Crowley smiled, not kind. Aggressive male. Acting suspicious. That you? Marcus breathed in. Counted like the therapist taught him. 4 in. 6 out. No sir, he said. I just came to buy groceries. Crowley laughed once. Sure you did. Marcus Reed did not look like trouble. He was 32. Calm in the way men get when they have seen worse than this. He wore a brown zip-up jacket with a torn cuff, jeans worn thin at the knees, and a faded unit cap pulled low. The cap had once meant everything to him. Now it mostly kept the sun out of his eyes. He moved slow because his right knee was bad. Bone on bone some days. He learned to hide the limp. He had a face that stayed quiet. Deep-set eyes. A scar at the jaw from shrapnel he never talked about. When he stood still, people missed him. When he spoke, they underestimated him. Marcus had learned to be small in public. He learned that after the war. Flashbacks came like bad weather. Loud pops turned into gunfire in his head. Bright lights burned too much. Crowds made his chest tighten. But he still went out. He still tried to live. Tonight he just needed milk. Bread. Pain pills. He had parked close because his knee hurt. He had not noticed the patrol car slide in behind him until the lights hit. Red. Blow. Red. Blow. Sir, Crowley had said then, hand already near his belt. Step out of the vehicle. Marcus had done that too. Why are you shaking? Crowley asked now, leaning in. I'm not, Marcus said. You are, Crowley said. That's what guilty looks like. I have PTSD, Marcus said before he could stop himself. Loud voices. Crowley cut him off with a snort. Everyone's got something these days. The second officer, Brett Henshaw, stood back with his arms crossed, smirking. He was younger. Eyes sharp with boredom. Probably stole the car, Henshaw said. Check the plates. Marcus swallowed. It's my car. Crowley pressed a hand between Marcus's shoulder blades, not enough to knock him down, just enough to remind him who had weight here. Don't talk back, Crowley said. That tone? That's aggression. Marcus felt the old heat rise in his chest. The kind that got men killed. He pushed it down. He stared at the hood. He thought of sand. Of sun. Of quiet mornings overseas when everything felt clear. I'm calm, he said. Crowley laughed again. You hear that? He says he's calm. Alyssa's phone caught it all. Her heart pounded. She wanted to say something. Anything. But fear glued her to her seat. She zoomed in instead. A man walked by with a shopping cart and looked away. A woman tugged her kid closer. No one spoke. Crowley reached for Marcus's wrists. Hands behind your back. Am I under arrest? Marcus asked. For now. Crowley said. Let's see how this goes. The cuffs clicked shut. Metal tight. Too tight. Marcus winced. Just once. There it is, Crowley said. That look. I knew it. Marcus felt the world narrow. His breath came shallow. The lot lights buzzed louder. His knee buckled a little and Crowley shoved him harder onto the hood. Stand up, Crowley snapped. I can't, Marcus said. My knee. Crowley leaned close to his ear. You should have thought about that before acting tough. Alyssa's comment feed exploded. This ain't right. Why they doing him like that? He's not resisting. Marcus felt something else then. Not fear. Resolve. He tilted his head just enough to speak clear. Officer, he said. Can you call your supervisor? Crowley stiffened. You don't give orders. Please, Marcus said. Just call him. Henshaw rolled his eyes. He thinks he's special. Crowley hesitated. The cameras. The crowd. He nodded once, sharp. Fine. He keyed his radio. Sarge. Need you on scene. While they waited, Marcus stood there. Quiet. The cap on his head fluttered in the breeze. Alyssa noticed the patch then. Not just navy. Something else stitched small on the side. Wings. Stars. Her stomach dropped. Minutes later, a black SUV rolled in. Then another. Not police. Men and women stepped out in plain clothes. Clean shoes. Straight backs. One of them, a woman with silver hair and eyes like steel, walked straight to Marcus. Sergeant First Class Marcus Reed? She asked. Crowley blinked. Who the hell? The woman ignored him. She looked at Marcus. Softened. Sir, she said. We've got you. The parking lot went dead quiet. Crowley's face drained of color. What is this? The woman turned. My name is Evelyn Harrow. Department of Defense. She held up a badge Crowley had only seen in training videos. This man, she said, pointing at Marcus, is a decorated combat veteran. Silver Star. Bronze Star. Led evacuation ops you read about in briefings. Crowley stammered. He matched. He matched a bad assumption, Harrow said. Uncuff him. Now. Henshaw froze. Marcus said nothing. The cuffs came off. Blood rushed back into his hands. Phones lifted higher. Alyssa cried without knowing why. Marcus stepped back from the hood. He rubbed his wrists. He looked at Crowley for the first time. I asked a question, Marcus said. That's all. Crowley could not meet his eyes. Around them the crowd shifted. Whispers turned to anger. Shame hung thick. Sirens wailed somewhere far away. Marcus picked up his cap. Put it back on. Respect, he said quietly, is not something you get by force. The words landed heavy. And the night was not done yet. The parking lot did not go back to normal. It never does after truth shows up. For a few seconds nobody spoke. Not Officer Daniel Crowley. Not Brett Henshaw. Not the shoppers frozen with bags in their hands. Even the Mega Mart sign seemed too bright now, buzzing like it knew it had lit up something ugly. Marcus Reed stood on his own feet again. His knee throbbed hard, sharp like a nail, but he stayed straight. He had learned how to stand through pain. He had learned how to wait. Evelyn Harrow stayed close to him, not touching, but there. A shield without armor. Two more people from her team spread out, calm and quiet. They did not rush. They did not raise voices. That alone made Crowley sweat. Alyssa Nguyen kept filming. Her livestream count jumped so fast it scared her. 10,000. 20. 50. Names from all over the country flew up the screen. Atlanta. Cleveland. Detroit. Dallas. People were watching this live. People were hearing every word. Crowley cleared his throat. This is getting blown out of. Stop, Harrow said. Just one word. Crowley stopped. Harrow turned to him fully now. Officer Crowley. Body cam still on? Yes, ma'am, he said. His voice sounded smaller than before. Good, she said. So we won't miss anything. She faced Marcus again. Sergeant Reed, are you hurt? My knee, Marcus said. Wrists. I'll live. Harrow nodded. Medical is on the way. Crowley jumped in. This is unnecessary. He didn't identify himself. Marcus looked at him then. Really looked. I didn't need to, Marcus said. I'm a citizen before anything else. That line hit the live stream like a match. Comments exploded. Say it again. That part. He's right. Crowley's jaw tightened. You think being military makes you above the law? Marcus shook his head. No. I think it means I earn the same respect you give anyone else. Henshaw shifted his weight. His smirk was gone now. His hands shook a little. A siren hooped close. Then another. This time not backup for Crowley. An internal affairs car pulled in. White. Clean. Quiet. Crowley's face went pale. A tall black man stepped out. Gray beard. Calm eyes. His name was Deputy Chief Ronald Ives. He had run this department for years. He had buried friends. He had seen this before. What's going on? Ives asked. Harrow spoke first. Your officer detained and cuffed a decorated veteran for matching a description. Escalated without cause. All on camera. Ives turned to Crowley. Is that true? Crowley opened his mouth. Closed it. He was being difficult. Marcus laughed once. Soft. Set. Difficult, Marcus said. Because I asked why. Ives looked at the cuffs still hanging from Crowley's belt. Then at Marcus's wrists, red and swollen. He nodded slowly. Officer Crowley, he said, step aside. Crowley did not move. Ives raised his voice just a little. That was not a request. Crowley stepped back. The power had shifted. You could feel it in the air. Like a storm turning. Alyssa felt tears slide down her face. She did not wipe them away. She wanted people to see this. All of it. Medical arrived. A young EMT knelt by Marcus. Can I check your knee? Marcus nodded. As they worked, Harrow spoke again, her voice steady but sharp. Sergeant Reed didn't just serve. He trained half the people you call heroes. He pulled civilians out of places you wouldn't walk into with a tank. Crowley stared at the ground. And tonight, Harrow continued, he came here for milk. Silence. Ives turned to the crowd. If anyone witnessed this, your statements will be taken. People stepped forward then. A man with a cart. A woman with a kid. Voices that had been quiet before. I saw him push him, one said. He wasn't resisting, another said. Henshaw swallowed hard. Ives looked at him. Officer Henshaw, did you intervene? No, sir. Why not? He glanced at Crowley. I followed lead. Ives nodded. That's the problem. Crowley snapped. This is a witch hunt. Harrow didn't even look at him. No. This is accountability. Her phone buzzed. She glanced at it, then showed Marcus the screen. A message. From Washington. Marcus sighed. I didn't want this, he said. I know, Harrow said. But it's here. A black sedan rolled in next. No lights. No sirens. Just presence. A man stepped out. Tall. Broad shoulders. Civilian suit. His name was Thomas Vale. Vale walked straight to Marcus and stood at attention. Crowley's eyes widened. Sergeant Reed, Vale said. It's an honor. Marcus shifted, uncomfortable. You don't have to. Yes, Vale said. I do. Vale turned to the cameras. For those watching, he said, Marcus Reed is the reason my daughter came home alive from Kabul. He doesn't talk about it. He doesn't brag. He just lives with what it cost him. Alyssa's sob broke free then. Loud. Raw. The live stream chat slowed. People were listening now. Vale continued, and tonight he was treated like a threat. Crowley's knees looked weak. I spoke again. Officer Crowley, you are relieved of duty pending investigation. Crowley shook his head. You can't. I can, I've said. And I am. He turned to Henshaw. You too. Badges came off. Not dramatic. Just heavy. Crowley's voice cracked. I was just doing my job. Marcus spoke before anyone else could. No, he said. You were doing what you thought you could get away with. That landed harder than yelling ever could. The EMT finished. You'll need rest, she said to Marcus. With truth. I hope you learn, Marcus said. Because someone else might not walk away. Crowley said nothing. Marcus drove home. Later that night, alone in his quiet apartment, Marcus sat on the edge of his bed. He took off the cap. Set it down. He breathed. His phone buzzed nonstop. Messages. Calls. News alerts. He turned it face down. He thought about the young soldiers he trained. About the promise he made to come back whole. About how hard that promise had been to keep. He lay back. Closed his eyes. For the first time in a long while, his chest felt lighter. Outside, the world kept talking. Inside, Marcus Reed finally rested. Respect doesn't ask who you are, it shows who they are. If this story moved you, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments. Do you think cameras change justice, or just reveal it?